about a foreigner who spent 3 years in a Filipino jail. Was the offense? Arguing with his Filipina girlfriend.
How easy it is to make an allegation when it's indecent assault in the Philippines. You don't get bail.
Hi everyone, and before I forget, because so far I have forgotten, please subscribe, like, share, all those things. There's probably a little button here to remind. I wanted to address kind of what is one of the hot topics for the expats in the Philippines at the moment, whether American guys or British, Australian guys, and that is the current sort of scare stories, and give some context to it, where they're coming from, why we have them, and shed a little bit of light, because I think to get some proper perspective on it, it's good to look at a few facts, and you know, the truth is important in situations like this. So the facts of the matter are, and you can search this yourself if you wish, less than 8,000 foreign men are officially married to Filipinas and living in the Philippines. Of that, only 41% are American guys, who make up the bulk of the bloggers that are concerned with this subject. And within that diaspora, if you like, or that section of the community, we're looking at how many cases where a Filipina, and this is what we're talking about, isn't it, has brought vexatious and probably extortionate claims against the husband because she wishes to punish him, and she's used gender sensitive laws to do so. So how many cases are we aware of, folks? Uno. Solamente uno. One. We know one case. So that's one case amongst approximately 8,000 married expats in the Philippines. The guy was an American. 41% of those people married to the Filipina are Americans. How low a percentage, how rare is that? So I'm trying to give some context here. Obviously it's extremely rare, even with all the things that we've seen online that scare us, or the gender sensitive laws that have been made in the West. I would say overall men are more at risk, particularly older men, law-abiding, tax-paying men are more at risk from the laws in their own country, again from vexatious claims, or the law used to punish men because it can now be used to do that. So what do we do? Do we panic? Do we leave? I would say the first thing you could do is protect yourself. So I've had boots on the ground for about 20 years now. Wait for this tractor. So I've had boots on the ground for about 20 years now in the Philippines. The first thing I did, I can't remember why I did it, but maybe there was some logic behind it. The first thing I did was to visit the parents of the girl who I had good intentions towards. So I did that. I met them, I took them on a little holiday to Boracay actually. I don't think they knew what was happening. This bloody white guy turns up, starts shipping them off on a holiday to get to know them and for them to get to know me. Now obviously there was a massive language barrier, partly mitigated by the fact that I speak Spanish, and they're from the southern region where there's about 1 million people who speak Chabacano, which is a pidgin Spanish. So Spanish actually helps a lot if you're in the Philippines. So many nouns and verbs that you immediately have, you know. So you're not, when you're reading things, you're not so totally lost. The point being that I checked out the nature and the character of the people in the family of the girl I was intending to be with, and I would suggest that you don't necessarily do a mad thing like taking the whole family to Boracay, but you might wish to check them out yourself in some way. So to sum up, I would say there's two fundamental things. One, check out the character of not only the girl you've intentions towards, but the family as well. And you'll soon know if there's an uncle who's always got his hand out, or what the mother's a bit sort of grabby, anything like that. You'll soon know that. Avoid that. It might be hurtful for you and it might be hurtful for the girl, but I would say finish things then. You've got to be cruel to be kind, because there's other considerations. There's your security. Maybe you've got kids and you want to make sure you can always be there for them. So, be careful in that way. Don't be paranoid, but just be careful. And the second thing, try and keep a bit of perspective. It turns out to be an extremely rare incident. This guy getting thrown in jail for 3 years. He showed naivety, a little bit of stupidity. God bless him. He's been in prison for 3 years. He's being deported now. There's a lesson to us all there, but not so much of a lesson that it's a looming issue for everybody. Remember how rare it was. One recorded occurrence that we're aware of amongst all these, a diaspora of around 8,000. So check her out. Don't panic. Cano Life signing out. Don't forget to subscribe. Ciao. Just be careful. And the second thing, what's the second thing?